Hi guys, and welcome to another video of The Engineer. Now today we're going to be seeing some footage from a recent YouTube event I was very lucky to be involved with. I was lucky enough to be in a squad with a couple of guys who actually have some nice YouTube channels, so you should definitely go and check them out if you can see their names in the squad as well. You'll see them in my tank for part of this match. The game mode we were playing was Propaganda on Conquest I've. Now we're playing 64-man Conquest, and pretty much everybody on the whole server is playing the objective to the max. They're going crazy trying to win this match, and as you will see throughout, it is so close. Now as we're in a tank, it is quite a difficult job trying to get onto Alpha, especially attacking from the US side of the map. And we also have to keep our eyes out for the C4 quads, because they are absolutely everywhere on this map, and especially on this server as well. There are a couple of guys who are really interested in C4 in themselves, some tanks, so we had to keep an eye out for that. We make our way back to Alpha and come across a large group of enemies making their way from Alpha to Bravo. Now that's the big thing about Propaganda, especially if you are in the tank. If you've dealt with the enemy tanks, or the enemy tanks aren't anywhere near where you are, you have to stop the enemies getting across from one side to the other, because once you've capped Bravo, it's quite easy to cap Delta. The same goes with the other side of the map, so you can get all capped quite quickly if you're focusing your infantry and your armor on the wrong flags. Now we're in a bit of a tricky situation, being between A and C. Now A is being capped by the enemy and Charlie is being currently capped by the enemy. So what I'm trying to do is sort of get my bearings a little bit, moving around and just picking off any enemies that I can see, especially the ones that are actually gunning for me. And then I decide to make a move to get down the side of Alpha, just making sure there's no one behind me with RPGs. We've actually taken 2 hits at the minute, so I have to pop the APS. Now we make our way down from Alpha. We've taken a couple of hits. I'm not going to risk taking another one, so we pull the way down back towards our base. Now we're one-on-one with the tank, and I actually missed, the recording was a little bit messed up for that, so we missed the beginning of this battle. But see, as I'm spotting the enemy quad, and he gets shot off the back of the quad, and we take him out anyway, because it's still a dangerous thing to have a C4, some enemy C4 near you. And look how we're staying behind this pillar here. We're closing down the angles that the enemy has on us, and by one simple move backwards and forwards, we can block pretty much the whole enemy team. One more thing to remember when playing Propaganda, as I've reiterated a few times, these C4 quads are everywhere, because remember, it is a tank-centric map. When you spot a quad bike, that's the thing that you should be paying most attention to. An AP shell will deal a huge amount of damage to a C4 quad bike, especially with the splash damage. You'll easily take it out as long as you get your shot near him or near the floor. And as Alpha starts to get back cap, we try and get an angle on the enemies to try and get them back off the flag. Now it's quite a difficult one to do, Alpha, because you can push on in a tank, but the problem is there's so many angles and so many different elevation changes that you can find yourself getting stuck quite easily. So picking up this position I'm in now is quite a good one, just to shoot up and take down any enemies that are peeking their head over, giving your infantry a chance to get onto the top of the flag, and that's where they can do the damage. We've also got 2 squad members who are engineers as well, so we're not going to be in too much trouble when it comes to this next tank. And what I do is I force a surprise attack on the tank. I push forward, get my angle ready, and get a free hit on him, 23 damage. He takes another shot, and then he pops APS. I don't see it through the smoke. Remember switching to the HMG between shots so you can take down any enemies that are around you. We try and steal the tank, but unfortunately someone else destroys it once again. I spot this guy with C4, there's nothing I can do. He does get the jump on me and takes me down. Picking off the enemy tank again from a safe distance, making sure that I change my position as much as possible, trying to get tank shells on its turret if possible, because that's where you're going to be doing the most damage. We get a nice hit, we do a lot of damage, take him down, and then spot the enemy tank in the distance. Remember, we're moving around, switching our angle, because there is so much enemy activity in front of us. I have a gunner behind me who's actually repping as well, trying his best, and it may look stupid what I'm doing moving backwards and forwards, but we're in a tricky position with that tank always having a shot on us. As you can see with the tickets, 40 to us, 90 to the opposition team. This is a bit too close to call, especially with them having capped Alpha and moving across the road. So the only thing we can do is try and rush the enemy, try and just give them something else to think about so they don't push over to Delta. We prevent them from crossing the road. We manage to keep Delta on our side, and as you can see, the tickets are actually bleeding from their team quite fast as we cap Alpha back as well. We've done a good job at keeping these flags under control. Now what we have to do is push up and try and split, as there's only a couple of tickets left. The gunner bails and goes over to Alpha. The damage has already been done to the enemy team. If we don't spawn in, no more tickets are going to disappear. We have the cap advantage.
Come on, we can do it.
We can do this! Yes!
5 tickets remaining. Such a close game, and one of the best games of Conquest I've been involved in. It's quite an interesting episode of The Engineer today. Not one of those massive kill streaks, but still a pretty decent game of Conquest. Something that you can maybe take a look at and inspire you to go and actually play this map. It is very, very fun, and the tank is such an influential piece of armor. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, leave a like, a comment, let me know what you want to see in the next show, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.